Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving headfirst into one of the most electrifying topics in the gaming world right now, God of War 6. If you're a fan of PlayStation's iconic God of War series, and let's be real, who isn't, then you've probably been buzzing with excitement about what's next for Kratos, the ghost of Sparta turned Norse warrior dad. This franchise has been delivering jaw-dropping action and storytelling since way back in 2005, taking us from the blood-soaked plains of ancient Greece to the frostbitten realms of Norse mythology in God of War 2018 and God of War Ragnarok. And with the free Valhalla DLC dropping in 2023, giving us a heartfelt epilogue to Kratos and Atreus' Norse journey, fans are left asking one big question. What's coming next? Is God of War 6 in the works? Where will Kratos swing his Leviathan axe next? And what wild rumors are swirling around this legendary series? In this video, we're going to unpack everything we know or think we know about God of War 6. We'll cover confirmed hints from job listings at Santa Monica Studio, dive into tantalizing rumors about a side-story game set in Greece, explore leaks hinting at an Egyptian adventure, and even get into the wildest fan theories circulating online. I've scoured the internet for every scrap of info, job postings, insider leaks, developer interviews, Reddit threads, YouTube discussions, you name it, it's here. This is going to be a long, detailed deep dive, so grab a snack, get comfy, and let's journey into the future of God of War. And stick around to the end. I want to hear your thoughts on where Kratos should go next. Let's dive in. Alright, let's kick things off with the most solid evidence we have that God of War 6 is in development. Job listings from Santa Monica Studio, the masterminds behind the series. Starting in early 2024, the studio dropped a slew of job postings that have fans buzzing. These aren't vague, generic listings either. They're packed with God of War-specific clues. For instance, a posting for a quest designer explicitly asked for candidates with deep knowledge of the God of War series, with a focus on God of War 2018 and Ragnarok. Another listing, this time for a senior combat designer, called for expertise in the combat mechanics of those exact games. Think Kratos axe-throwing precision and Atreus arrow combos. You can check these out yourself on Santa Monica Studio's official careers page. What does this tell us? Well, it's not exactly a stretch to assume that Santa Monica is working on something God of War related. The specificity of these roles, quest design, combat systems, points to a big project, not just a remaster or DLC. But here's the kicker. Sony and Santa Monica Studio haven't officially announced anything yet. No teaser trailers, no press releases, nada. That silence has turned the gaming community into a detective agency, piecing together every clue to figure out what's cooking. Could it be God of War 6? A spin-off? Something else entirely? These job listings are our first breadcrumb trail, and trust me, there's a lot more to explore. Let's move on to the rumors that have fans losing their minds. One of the hottest rumors making the rounds is that we might get a God of War side story game set back in ancient Greece. Yep, you heard that right. A return to Kratos' old stomping grounds where he took down Zeus, Poseidon, and the rest of the Olympian crew. This rumor first popped up thanks to Jeff Grubb, a respected industry insider, during an episode of the Giant Bomb podcast. Grubb dropped a bombshell, claiming that Santa Monica Studio might be cooking up a smaller-scale, standalone God of War game. Not a full-blown sequel like God of War 6, but more like a side dish, similar to Marvel's Spider-Man, Miles Morales, or Uncharted, The Lost Legacy. According to Grubb, this side story would focus on a younger Kratos during his Greek days, giving us a nostalgic throwback to the hack-and-slash chaos of the original trilogy. Picture this, Kratos, drenched in the ashes of his past, tearing through mythological beasts and Olympian gods with the blades of chaos, all rendered in the stunning visuals we've come to expect from modern God of War titles. Grubb even hinted that this game could drop as early as 2025, possibly timed to celebrate the franchise's 20th anniversary. How cool would that be? A love letter to longtime fans while the main team works on something bigger. This rumor isn't just Grubb talking out of his hat either. Outlets like Game Rant have picked up the story, speculating that this side story could act as a bridge project, something to tide us over while God of War 6 takes shape. Now, we don't have official confirmation, but the idea of revisiting Greece has fans buzzing with excitement. Could we see a rematch with Ares? A deeper look at Kratos' early rage-fueled days? The possibilities are endless, and I'm already hyped just thinking about it. Now let's shift gears to the big one, God of War 6 itself. One of the most thrilling rumors out there is that the next full installment could take Kratos to ancient Egypt, pitting him against gods like Osiris, Ra, or even Anhur, the lion-headed war deity. This rumor started gaining steam after a leak from Daniel RPK, a well-known insider with a solid track record. In a tweet, Daniel RPK revealed that Sony was casting Middle Eastern actors with expertise in Egyptian history and culture for an unannounced AAA game. Fans and outlets like Screen Rant immediately put two and two together. Could this be God of War 6? This isn't a totally random guess either. Way back in the 2018 documentary Raising Kratos, creative director Cory Barlog spilled some fascinating behind-the-scenes tea. He said that when the team was designing the 2018 reboot, they were split between setting it in Norse mythology or Egyptian mythology. Norse won out, but Barlog's comments planted a seed. Egypt was always on the table. Fast forward to the end of Ragnarok, where Kratos' story in the Norse realms wraps up beautifully. Atreus heads off to find the giants, and Kratos is left standing tall, free to carve a new path. What better way to start fresh than by stepping into the sands of Egypt, axe in hand, ready to take on a whole new pantheon? Online, this rumor has sparked a firestorm of speculation. On Reddit, fans have been dreaming up epic scenarios. Kratos facing Anubis in a shadowy underworld, or battling Ra atop a golden pyramid with the sun blazing overhead. Some have even suggested the game could blend multiple mythologies, Egyptian gods clashing with Celtic or Mayan deities in a cosmic free-for-all. There's no concrete proof yet, just whispers and casting leaks, but the idea of Kratos in Egypt feels like a natural evolution for the series. What do you think? Could Kratos pull off a pharaoh's headdress? Let's keep digging. Okay, let's get into some of the wildest fan theories floating around, because the God of War community is nothing if not creative. One of the biggest ideas out there is that God of War 6 might shift the spotlight to Atreus as the main playable character. After Ragnarok, Atreus, aka Loki, sets off on his own quest to find the remaining giants, leaving Kratos behind to rebuild. This has led fans to speculate that the next game could be Atreus' story, with Kratos stepping into a supporting role, maybe as a grizzled mentor figure. Imagine playing as Atreus, wielding his bow and newfound giant magic, exploring new realms while Kratos watches from the sidelines, or even joins in for some epic co-op moments. On Reddit, this theory has taken on a life of its own. Some users have gone dark with it, suggesting Atreus could become an antagonist, his thirst for answers leading him down a path that pits him against his father. Others think the game could juggle dual protagonists, letting us switch between Kratos and Atreus like in Ragnarok, but with even more focus on Atreus' growth. Then there's the mind-blowing idea of multiple pantheons colliding, Egyptian gods, Celtic warriors like the Tuatha De Danann, or even Mesoamerican deities like Quetzalcoatl all squaring off against Kratos and Sun. One Redditor pitched Kratos as a mythological mediator, brokering peace or war between gods like Horus and Seth in Egypt or Dagda and Balor in Celtic lore. And it doesn't stop there. Some fans have thrown out totally out-of-left-field ideas, like Kratos dipping into Arthurian legend, wielding Excalibur, forged from the blade of Olympus, and facing off against a corrupted King Arthur. Whether it's Atreus taking center stage or Kratos battling gods across the globe, these fan ideas show just how pumped the community is for what's next. Which theory do you vibe with most? Drop it in the comments, I'm dying to know. So, what do the folks actually making the games have to say about all this? Well, Cory Barlog, the creative genius behind God of War 2018 and a key figure in the series, has been playing it coy. In an older interview with IGN, he teased that he's got ideas for 5 more God of War games rattling around in his head. That's a whole saga's worth of Kratos adventures, and it tells us the franchise isn't slowing down anytime soon. More recently, Barlog tweeted about working on unannounced projects, which could mean God of War 6, a side story, or even something totally new. The guy's a master of dropping crumbs without giving away the whole loaf. Santa Monica studio itself has been quieter. During the franchise's 20th anniversary celebration in 2025, they threw fans a curveball by saying there'd be no major announcements, cue collective groan from the community. But those job listings we talked about earlier? They're still live, still screaming God of War. So while the studio's keeping its cards close, it's clear something big is in the pipeline. There's also chatter about Santa Monica working on a new IP, possibly a sci-fi game helmed by Barlog himself. Reports from Kotaku and job postings hint at a third-person action title slated for 2027 or 2028, potentially a PlayStation 6 launch game. If true, this would be their first non-God of War project in over 2 decades, showing they're ready to flex their creative muscles beyond Kratos. Meanwhile, a wild rumor floated that Bluepoint Games was working on a live-service God of War title, but according to Reset Era, Sony axed it in 2025 after live-service flops like Concord. Good riddance, if you ask me. I'd rather see Kratos in a rich single-player epic than a Battle Pass grind. Now, the million-dollar question, when can we get our hands on God of War 6? If that Greece side story rumor holds water, we might see it in 2025 as a 20th anniversary treat, a shorter, sweet hit of Kratos action. But the full God of War 6? That's a longer wait. Industry insider Tom Henderson from Insider Gaming predicts 2028 or later, possibly as a PlayStation 6 launch title. That tracks with past timelines. Ragnarok took 4 years after 2018, so a meaty sequel could easily need 5 or 6 years, especially if Santa Monica's juggling a new IP too. For context, Ragnarok launched in 2022, and Valhalla hit in 2023. If the side story drops in 2025, it could keep us busy while the main team polishes God of War 6 into the masterpiece we all expect. But if they're splitting focus with that sci-fi project, we might be waiting until the tail end of the decade. Either way, patience is key. Great games take time, and Kratos deserves nothing less than perfection. Alright, when do you think we'll see God of War 6? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one, and I can't wait to geek out with you all. If you enjoyed this deep dive, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the bell for more gaming goodness. Until next time, keep your blades sharp and your hype levels high. See you in the next video.